Good morning. We're gonna go ahead and display how well EverSpace runs on the MacBook Pro 2016. This is the i7 16 gig RAM version. This is the biggest upgrade you can do on the 13-inch MacBook Pro 2016 with considerable cost. So I'm gonna show you the graphics settings I have right now. I'm gonna show you the performance of it. So right now it's set that you can see the preset is low. The resolution is 800 by 600. Now this is playable at this resolution, but wait and see what happens when you actually pump it up a little bit higher. I can see all the quality here is set to low.
Mistakes. As do I.
As you can see, it's smooth, it's fast, the graphics aren't so bad. I wouldn't say it's very smooth, but it's definitely very playable.
There's a few of them. Outlaws. Independent operators with varying affiliations, profiting from trafficking, extortion, illegal weapons trade, piracy, clone smuggling. Maybe they have something I need. It's like a swarm. Finish them off. No, no, no.
So as you can see, it runs pretty smooth. Definitely very playable. The graphics are actually looking very good at this resolution. So we're gonna go ahead and pump the graphics a little bit higher and see how well that does. So I'm gonna change the preset now to medium and see how well that goes. It's actually still good. There's a little bit of lag. It is a little bit noticeable. You can see it a little bit jittery, and you're not gonna get the same response time as if it was on a lower setting. And you can see it's struggling a little bit. See if I can get to some action. Okay, I'm gonna go change it to a little bit higher setting now. So this is a high setting right now, and you're gonna notice that's probably not a great idea. Now I'm not playing with the resolution for a good reason. When you change the resolution, you're actually gonna get a significant decrease in performance. See, look at that. This is very laggy now. You can see the actual response for the mouse is really not very playable. Can't even really target very well with the mouse because it just jumps. Yeah, as you can see, it just skips. so you can't really play at that resolution. Now I'm going to show you something quickly. So we're going to go ahead and change it to low, but up the resolution to say the maximum screen candle, which is 1440 by 900. As you can see, huge difference. And actually there is definitely lag. It's more of the response of the actual game than the actual, like if you can see the mouse is moving pretty well. So you can actually play at a high resolution if you set the settings low, and actually it's not bad. You're not gonna get really a very good performance in action when you're trying to shoot other ships, but it's definitely playable, and actually the significantly better graphics. I want to see if I can actually get you the frames per second here, so give me a moment here. I'm going to see if that's doable. And I'm back. Sorry for the delay. I couldn't find a way to get EverSpace to display the frames per second, at least not in-game. I tried through the Steam beta to be able to do it. Only way I can find is through the graphics tools you can download from the Xcode program called QQuart or Xquart. I can give more details on that after, but I had to play the game a little bit in window mode because it will not allow me to display both the frames per second as well as the actual game itself. So right now I have it set to the lowest setting. I'm going to show you again, and you can see I'm doing actually 60 frames per second, which is very good. So I'm going to go ahead and play around with the settings again. So it's 800 by 600 and I have it to low setting. I'm going to pump up the graphics a little bit. It's still hovering around 60. You can see it's dropping a little bit around 45 when there's a little bit of action. I'm going to go ahead and change a little bit of the settings here. So I'm changing now the preset to medium. You can see the frames per second drop. Wait till we're in game. There's significant lag. And you can see the frames per second drop even further. Now we haven't really got into some action yet, so we're going to try and do that.
That should do it. Remaining well provisioned is key to survival in the cluster. Before leaving the orbit, it is recommended you explore the location for resources. To speed things up, use a scanning crew. Okay, let's try it out.
And frames per second really drop now. Not really playable that way. So we're gonna have to drop it again to, actually let's just for the fun of it actually go high. Notice I have the VSync on. Without it it's gonna be worse. I can also show you that. So now this is the high graphics and we're rocking around 21 frames per second. I don't know if you noticed, but it's actually terrible graphics that way. I think the video card is losing its mind. Alright, so let's go back to a more playable setting. Let's go to preset low. I'll turn off VSync. Not bad. Around 50 frames per second. Yet, as you can see, the graphics seem lacking. This was helpful. Of course, you do know this is still a beta, so I do assume they're gonna improve things before it's fully launched. But that's what you expect. Remember, this is the i7 16 gig RAM, 13 inch. So that's the highest upgrade you can do for the MacBook 13 inch. So with an i5 or even 8 gig RAM, I do expect the performance to be a little bit less. I hope this was helpful and good luck.